y'all, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Thank you so much for giving me a small portion of your day. So I thought I would share with you all a 20-week bump date. It's crazy that we're already here. I'm 20 and a half weeks the day that I'm filming this, 20 weeks and 3 days. So, and it's been an eventful week for us. We had our anatomy scan and things like that. So I have a lot I want to talk to you guys about today. So first thing is, we know baby's gender. We have actually known baby's gender since our genetic screening ultrasound, which was done at 13 weeks. And I had held back on announcing it on YouTube and my Instagram as well. At this point, by the time that this video goes live, I will have shared it on Instagram. But I wanted to wait until we'd had that anatomy scan to confirm, just because it was so early. But we are having a girl. Yes, baby is a girl. We are so excited. I had some sneaking suspicions that she was a girl just based on how poorly I was feeling and how much different it had been versus my first trimester with Liam, which was much, much easier nausea-wise. I had worse fatigue, but I think that may just be because this pregnancy I've been able to go to bed earlier than I was able to. I'm able to get cumulatively more sleep than I was able to when I was pregnant with Liam. But yes, my doctor had her speculations that it was a girl, and my son's doctor, who's actually also my primary care because we see a family practice physician, she also thought this baby was a girl. So yes, we are now sure that this baby is a girl, and we're very, very excited. I was hoping that this baby was a girl simply because if she's it, then we at least have one of each. So yeah. So yes, we are having a girl and we are so excited. So I'm so excited I can like say she and stuff in videos now and not have to worry about it. So I am going to give you guys a brief from the last video. I was 11 weeks. I was like right at 11 weeks. So I'll give you my symptoms that developed from 11 weeks to basically now. So week 11, I had a really bad headache, and I was also struggling with some insomnia. And then my legs were really sore, like my calves were sore. Super bizarre. But week 12, I had a really exciting thing happen. I felt her move for the first time, and it was like big. I was like, why are my organs moving? And then I was like, oh, because it's a baby. That's why. But then this week also my anxiety started kicking in really, really badly. So I struggle with anxiety anyways. I've talked about that before, but pregnancy definitely exacerbates it for me. So I started having a lot of anxiety issues this particular week, lots of irrational things, all of that. I also had a bout of nausea and stomach cramps that lasted for a day. Almost felt like I had the stomach flu. It was really bizarre. It was very uncomfortable. And then it happened again the next week as well, but then it hasn't happened since, so really weird. And then at the end of week 12, I started experiencing round ligament pain, and I still am intermittently. I mean, you know, makes sense, she's getting bigger. So week 13, I started getting in addition to like that nausea and the stomach cramps again, and I have here 6 days after I got it the first time. I also started getting, my dizzy spells were way, way worse. So I was having a lot of issues with my dizzy spells. I still get decently dizzy, but as long as I stand up a little more slowly and I make sure I pump my ankles and everything, I'm usually okay. And then, like I said, the irrational anxiety continued into this week. And then yes, we had our genetic screening ultrasound that week, and we found out that baby is a girl. So week 14 is the end of the first trimester. No matter who you talk to, you know for sure you're out of the first trimester, and I started feeling a lot better. And then at week 15, my headache started kind of making a comeback. I struggled with that with Liam as well. So it's still there, but it just kind of comes and goes. But for the first few weeks of the first 3 weeks of this trimester, it was definitely poignant most of the time. I was feeling more movement and things like that. So that's always very comforting for me, with especially how weird my visit schedule is with my doctor because of COVID. I've only seen her in person twice. My last visit was a video visit, and I'll explain why in a minute. But just being able to feel her move gives me a lot of relief. And I wrote here that my cravings started kicking in, but I didn't write down what I was specifically craving, so I can't tell you. Mostly I've just been craving sweet stuff. That's been the biggest thing. And then I had an interesting thing happen this week. I had an episode of racing pulse and like really low blood pressure. So I have a history of cardiac issues. I think I've talked about that as well. And so I mentioned it to my doctor at my next appointment, and she said, you should probably follow up with your cardiologist. So, and then the other big thing that happened is that I noticed my diastasis recti came back. So I had that with Liam, and it was that was actually one of the things that led to me getting induced, was because the pain from that was so bad at the end that I was just like, I will do anything to make this stop. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen again. I know for some people it doesn't even cause any discomfort. So I'm hoping that that's how this goes this time. So week 16, Ben was actually able to feel her move for the first time. So that was really cool. She is not nearly as active as Liam was, but she's active enough that I don't worry about it, because Liam was crazy. Liam moved all the time, still does. He's still crazy busy. Sorry, my nose itch is really bad. But she is much more calm. And even like during our ultrasound, the 20-week ultrasound, she was a lot more calm. So then week 17, I went and saw my cardiologist, and basically he said if I have a lot more issues to call him and I'll come and they'll get me back in, but he just basically wants to see me in 6 months after I've had her, because it could be, you know, the heart thing that I'm experiencing is decently common in pregnancy anyway. And it could again just be because I have scar tissue that my prearterial contractions are just stronger than a lot of people's, but the episode concerned him with like the thready pulse. So basically he wants to see me after I'm not pregnant to make sure that things are going back to normal. We knew when I had my surgery that it was very possible that I would need to have it again, and also that I would probably get a pacemaker before I turned 40. And when I had when I had the surgery, I was 15. So they are a lot more hesitant to put a pacemaker into a 15-year-old than a 27-year-old. I mean, I would be 27, I'm 26, but I would be 27 at the earliest by that point. And it doesn't even stress me out anymore. You know, I'm like, you know, I've had babies. It's like, you know, getting a pacemaker now doesn't even stress me out. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to talk about, I don't want any fear mongering, mom shaming, none of that. This was a very well-researched, I'm sure you guys know exactly where I'm going with this. This was a well-researched decision by myself and my husband. This was also a conversation that my husband and I had several times, as well as a conversation that I had multiple times with my OBGYN. On week 17, I got my first dose of the COVID vaccine, and I actually did okay. I had a headache and then some chills, and I was a little bit fatigued, but it wasn't too bad. My arm was really, really sore. So I am now fully vaccinated. I actually got my second dose this week. And I actually vlogged that day. So that'll be going up in a week or so, a couple weeks from now. So you might be getting some duplicative information, because that was also, if you watch that vlog, I mean, because that was also the same day as our anatomy scan. So I talked about sorry guys, my nose itches. My allergies are like really bad today. So anyways, but I don't want any comments about it. I made the decision that I felt was best for me, my body, my baby, and my family. So that is what I did. And really, I haven't had any new symptoms since then. I've had like I have some redness in my face that I didn't have when I was pregnant with Liam. My skin has cleared up. Fortunately, I was really broken out during the first trimester. What else? So we had our anatomy scan on Wednesday. So today is Friday. And they called me Monday to remind me of my appointment. And they said, so everything is pretty much the same. Like you call and check in from your car and whatever. And she said, but we're allowing one visitor. And so Ben actually got to go, and it was so exciting. I was so excited that he got to go, because that was the first appointment this entire pregnancy he's been able to actually physically go to. So he was able to be there, and everything looked good. She is small, but not like concerningly small. She's in the 22nd percentile. I think they told us she was 11 ounces and like 9.4 something inches long. So she is smaller, and I'm not necessarily complaining, because I would infinitely prefer to have, if I'm having a standard delivery, having a smaller baby versus a larger baby. But everything looked good. She looked healthy and everything. I have a low-lying placenta, or I don't know if they actually label it Placenta Previa yet, or Previa. I think it's Previa. But basically what that means is that the distance between my cervix and my placenta is too small. And if that distance doesn't increase, then you're at a much higher risk of bleeding out and that kind of thing. So I'll probably have a C-section if that doesn't resolve. But my doctor was like, you only have 4 millimeters to move and you're only 20 weeks. Like, she was not even sort of concerned about it, not even a little bit. So I have a follow-up ultrasound in about 4 weeks, I think actually 4 weeks from today, to check and make sure to see if my placenta has moved up at all. But my doctor, like I said, she was very like, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. And then we're actually also having a fetal echo done. The sonographer didn't see anything wrong with her heart, but because of my history with cardiac issues, and I mentioned something about how my dad and my brother also have heart problems that are, but all three of us have something completely different. And so with that, she recommended that we do the fetal echo. And really it's basically an anatomy scan, again, specifically of the heart, but it's done by the perinatologist. At least that's my understanding. That's kind of what it sounded like. So it's probably going to be decently expensive, but it's one of those things where we would infinitely prefer to know. And if there's something that we need to do prior to birth, because I know some things they want to correct through fetal surgery, that kind of thing. So we would obviously rather know before she's born than after. Again, they're not really concerned. Like, I mean, the sonographer really didn't see anything that was concerning. She basically said, it's just I kind of got, at first I was really stressed about it, but I think it's more of just a let's do this just to be sure kind of thing. So I feel a lot better about it. I'm really not stressed about it. So I have that in 4 weeks. Other than that, we're doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm starting to get kind of like just, the general like aches and pains of being pregnant, like soreness in my back and my hips. And I've definitely been having a lot of soreness in my actual like uterus just from muscles stretching. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a lot less fatigued than I was. The nausea is completely gone. Thank you, Lord, because that was killing me. Liam sort of gets it, like kind of, because I ask him where's sister and he'll usually point to my stomach, and I showed him the ultrasounds this morning and I said, who is that? And he said sister. So I think he sort of gets what's going on, kind of, as much as he can as an 18-month-old. I'm not expecting him to like totally get it because again, he's 18 months old. So and I'll be sure, we got some great pictures of her face, so I'll make sure to put those in here as well. So yes, we are having a baby girl and we are so excited. She does not have a name yet. What we've decided is we have like 3 names that we like. And so we've just kind of been picking one and calling her that. So we just changed from the first name that we liked. So we will start calling her the second one and then the third one. And we didn't pick them in any particular order. It was just kind of like, okay, where should we start? So, and I'm not going to be sharing those. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be sharing her name until she's born. I didn't share Liam's name until he was born either. So we won't be sharing that until she's born. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I wanted to tell y'all. I just thought of one more thing I wanted to say, so this may be cut in here kind of awkwardly. One thing that I've been doing differently this pregnancy that I didn't do during my pregnancy with Liam is I've actually been working out very consistently. A friend of mine is actually also pregnant and we work out together twice a week over Zoom. So that's really fun, and at least twice a week, usually more. But that's definitely been really helpful for me to stay fit and in shape during this pregnancy. So that is something I've been very careful with the diastasis especially. I've definitely been monitoring the kinds of exercises I do, and I've even adapted some of the pregnancy ones depending on what they're doing, so I'm not aggravating my abs because I don't want to cause any damage. So I did want to mention that and I forgot it. So this will be in the video somewhere. We are very excited overall. I mean, it's just a really exciting place to be. It's crazy that this pregnancy is already half over. I feel like my pregnancy with Liam took a lot longer, and I guess that's partly just because I'm running after a toddler all the time. I do feel fatigued more at the end of the day than I would expect to, and I mentioned it to my doctor and she was like, I found I was also more tired during my second pregnancy because I was running after a toddler. So she thinks that's probably what it is, but they're checking my iron levels at my next appointment anyway. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll do it then. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I want to share with you. Obviously, I'm going to show you the bump. I didn't forget. I'm not going to forget that. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell y'all. So I don't think so. But yeah, so I did do a vlog the day of the anatomy scan. None of the anatomy scan is in there. They don't allow filming or anything. Pardon me. They allowed me to video call Ben when, sorry, I have the hiccups. They allowed me to video call Ben. Can I get through this sentence? They allowed me to video call Ben when he couldn't come, but since he was able to come, they're not allowing cameras and stuff, and I'm not gonna fight that. I will say I was a little more emotionally on edge about the whole fetal echo thing, because I felt like she did get kind of quiet when they were looking at her heart, when she was looking at her heart. But I know she was having trouble getting the pictures that she wanted just because of how baby girl was sitting. So I'm like, now that I've had time to think about it, I'm not nearly as concerned about it. I'm kind of taking more of the approach of they're wanting us to do this just to be completely sure that everything's okay. So I think that's everything I want to tell y'all. So let me show you my bump. I'm on my bed, so let me see if I can yeah. I'm huge. I'm absolutely gigantic. And we are sure there is only one baby in there. We are 100% sure at this point. Well, and on Saturday night, our pastor's wife saw me and she said, oh, when's your due date again? And I told her, my due date, by the way, I don't think I've ever actually said, my due date is August 17th. So I don't think I've actually ever said that in a video. But anyway, so I told her the due date and her eyes got really wide. I was like, I know I'm gigantic. I know, it's okay. My genetics are to be large, so. All right, so that's all I have for y'all today. If you aren't already, follow me on Instagram. I will put my handle on the screen. It's also always linked in the description. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any specific questions for me, please leave them down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.